Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Daniel Thiele and this is a practical introduction to digital art and design. After watching a bunch of videos from my education experience and from what other artists say, I try to think about what is the best way to start a course like this, and I think it is not talking a lot about theory or what hardware products to buy or what software to use. I think a practical approach showing that anyone can draw is the best way to start. So this goes out to all the people who want to learn drawing and even to people who think they can't draw. We will draw some characters like these if you like, and I will then show you what basics you need to practice and what I do as a more advanced artist to further develop my skills and learn new stuff. So let's get started. If you have a tablet, you can use it, but at this point all you need to do is take out some paper and a pencil and follow along and take notes. Okay, so this is basically based off a video from a TED Talk on YouTube that I found about an older man, a teacher, an art teacher with a lot of experience, and he shows people all over the world that they can draw. And by that I mean everyone, even people like stroke patients or very old people with dementia or something like that. So you can do it too. So draw a 6, fill out the hole. Now another 6 next to it. And now a nose. Now a mouth. Now this weird line. Now draw some spikes. An ear. And another line. And these 3 lines. And we have done our first character. So let's do another one. Very simple. Draw 2 6s. A pointy nose. A mouth. One neckline. Another neckline. And now this curly kind of hair. Now a V. And these 2 shoulders. Another character complete. A little different. Draw a circle and a dot and another circle and another dot. A nose. And this triangle mouth. And fill in a hole. A line, another line, and there are these 2 lines, another 2 lines for the hair, and now a triangle, another triangle, another triangle, and you can see we are done again. Different, a little different. All right, let's do some more. What am I gonna do next? I don't know. Let's see. All right, draw 2 circles. I don't know why I had to. Oh yeah, draw them a little further apart and add something in between. Now an ear and another line. Add a nose. Now this half circle. Add some hair there, add some hair there, just some squiggly lines. And 2 lines for the neck, a V, and the shoulders. So now we have someone with glasses and with a beard. Alright, so now draw two circles or balls again. Add some eyes. Add a nose. And now I'm adding a beard with lots of squiggly lines. A little more advanced. Alright, and a mouth, a smiling mouth, a happy mouth. An ear, and now these big curls. And you can add even more circles to it and fill it in. Lots of hair. And two lines, a V. And this guy is always wearing a shirt. So we add some more lines. And the shoulders. And we have our Bob Ross. Happy little Bob Ross. So I hope you can see that this is pretty simple, and I hope it works. I don't know. I will add a link to the TED talk, and I hope you're loosening up a bit, and the next minutes will be hopefully simple for you and enjoyable. So now the last character that I draw is a Leonardo da Vinci character. So you can do caricatures. What is it called? Caricatures, and like this, very simply and quickly, and it's nice and enjoyable, I think, for starting out. I made this character off of a link from some image from Google, and he looked very grumpy, kind of, and he has lots of beard, so this is a weird shape, but this is a weird character, so never mind. I'm just trying to add the link later on in the show notes or whatever, and I hope we will be able to now draw some straight lines. So what we are doing now is we are going to relax and completely focus on drawing lines by combining two dots. So make two dots and draw a line in between. The goal is to hit the dots instead of drawing through them. You will improve your motor skills a lot if you try to be as good as possible with this. Let it be known that this is a warm-up that even professionals do, and as a student, if you will practice this for a long time, like 10 minutes every day, you will see improvements, drastic improvements. Some people say draw the lines slow and controlled, and others say draw fast and determined. Try it for yourself and see what works best for you. Practice with ghosting. Ghosting means you move your pencil or tool of choice from start point to finishing point without drawing the line before you actually draw it. Do not think about making a mistake. Instead, visualize drawing the line correctly. Draw the dots and look in between them. Practice peripheral vision and then draw the line. I find it a good approach because I know where the line is supposed to go, and the closer you get to the finishing point, the more you can focus on it. Make sure you have enough room in order to move your entire arm around, and do not draw from the wrist. Also, try not to move your body while drawing the line. Instead, move your arm only. Practice not just drawing from one side to another side, but also from top to bottom and all the other directions. Have a flat surface so that you don't get interfered by things stopping you from drawing your line. Get some artist's glove, or if you tend to get sweaty, and after practicing the straight lines, it is now time to start drawing curves. Try drawing 3 points and combine them with a line. Don't draw from point to point. Practice drawing one line that goes through all of them. If you like, you can also increase the number of points. With the same basic principles, we can now draw ellipses and circles. Try to look into the center of the circle and practice your peripheral vision. At this point, using a tablet may make it especially challenging. At least for me it does. And this of course has to do with the width of the tablet and of your screen. And if you have, for example, a very small tablet and you look at a very big screen and you draw a line, you will see like you move 1 centimeter with your fingers over the touchpad or tablet, and it moves like 10 centimeters on the screen. So you really have to calculate that in, and that's pretty challenging. And that's why I also draw very bad ellipses, and that's one of the reasons. And yeah, that's why using a tablet is really hard with drawing good out. The next thing is draw a line and make this the minor axis of your ellipse. The minor axis is the shorter axis of your ellipse. So see this as an axis for mirroring your ellipses, so you can compare if you're doing a good job. When you think you're ready, we can do another practice, and that is making a cone shape by drawing 2 lines and try to fill that with ellipses. And now we can start thinking in 3D. The following ideas come from another YouTube channel called Mark's Drawing Tutorials, and it seems like he's a concept artist. And this idea is you draw an ellipse and you think this is a circle in 3D space, and now you start to align circles along this circle. You know what I mean? I hope you know. You try to align them in 3D space along the shape of the initial circle, and you rotate them around it. So now you start really thinking in 3D space, and this is pretty much good practice, he says, and I find it very interesting. And what he does is now he draws basically some squiggly lines and tries to align the shapes while not letting go of the pen. The next thing that comes also from Mark's drawing tutorials is drawing shapes, random shapes, and adding polygons to them so that they look like they are made in 3D. It would be useful for you to look into some 3D software and understand polygons, because especially if you want to be a game artist and a concept designer for games and movies, you need to understand some basic principles of 3D, and we will also go into that, and also you can use it in your art as well. So you do not just understand 3D in order to produce art for other artists, like the 3D designers, but also you can use it in your art to make to become quicker. But this is way more advanced and not what we're gonna start with right now, because the first thing is you need to be able to draw. However, this is very simple, and for me it is, but you need to understand that you need to be able to think in 3D and make these shapes look like they are 3D. And this basically concludes the first basic training practices. And now here are a few things I like to practice drawing at the moment. So the first thing I like to do is when I feel comfortable with drawing ellipses and straight lines, I like to spend a few minutes practicing cars. I'm not particularly a good vehicle designer, at least I'm not specialized in it and I don't do it very often, but currently I'm showing interest in it, and I therefore spend some time drawing cars, and I look at the formulas for basic car body designs, like, I don't know, sports cars or family cars or buses and whatnot. And as you can see here, when you draw them from the side, you have to draw a lot of straight lines and circles as well. And this is really something that's fun for me, and I like Scott Robertson. Scott Robertson is a pretty famous concept artist, I guess, and he has lots of material on how to draw cars, for example. And I really recommend his work and his books. And I try to do what he does, basically. And here's how it looks like. We will get more into this later and over time, and the next thing we'll be doing is more basics and some theory lessons as well, and then some more videos on perspective, and you can already see them. They are just there without my voice, and I'm hoping to change it so that you understand what's going on, because some people ask me, and I know my students, they also want to hear more about it. So we'll definitely take a look into that. Another thing that I practice every day is my anatomy skills, because it's not like I need to learn it, but I still need to remember it. For example, right now, I do not create any character work. I create spaceships, and I'm doing it all the time. I have to work on a full-time freelance job for the next weeks where I create dozens of spaceships every day. So I sit down in the morning and I do some characters, and this is also to remember especially all the muscles. This is right now doing some pose, and then adding in the landmarks, and then adding in landmarks is something we will also get to know over time, for where to put the muscles, and then later I place the muscles, and at the end of the 10 minutes or so, I open my anatomy sheet, my template, and then I look at what mistakes I did, or where I forgot some muscles. And so I learn and relearn basically what I forget, and I improve over time as well. And the last thing that I practice is speed painting. And by speed painting, I do not mean what many people think it does mean. I don't draw a picture for several hours and then I put it into my video editing software, and then I make a time-lapse video of it. But instead I go to the daily spit paint group on Facebook, and then I pick a topic, and then I take 30 minutes to draw this picture as good as possible, or as I like. Sometimes I try to do some experiments, and oftentimes I just do some photo studies. I just try to do exactly what the photo looks like, and as good as I can, and as quickly as possible. That's what speed painting actually is, trying to come up with something in a very short amount of time, usually maximum 2 hours, 30 minutes. That's what it's considered a speed painting. All right, and this concludes the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know. I don't have any other videos to recommend yet. The next one will follow. That will be about drawing techniques and traditional media and what tools we use for drawing. Also some digital tools as well, I think. And then there will also be another video after that. So subscribe or follow me, and take a look at the playlist, because I'm trying to build up on top of this and make a really cool series out of it over time. But it will take a long time, so don't look at it every day, But I'm trying to help as much of you as possible. So have fun, good luck, and bye-bye.